will defend the north end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me as we honor our nation with our national anthem.
Well, we couldn't have asked for a better night here at Harmon Field in Fayetteville, Arkansas, as we get ready for this rivalry matchup. It's the Ramay Indians and the Woodland Cowboys in a matchup of 8th graders here tonight. I'm Benjamin Kelly, glad to be with you along with Coach Killam. And Coach, I mean, you've seen this rivalry on the basketball court, but on the football field, it's going to be a heck of a physical game.
Absolutely. Look for both teams to have some speed out there and some hard hits.
Two contrasting styles of offense. Woodland comes in a run-and-gun kind of team. They have a heck of a quarterback, and the tailbacks for Ramay, they're going to be key tonight as well, as they did the coin toss just moments ago. And Ramay, rather, will receive here, working from right to left. Ramay in their visiting white uniforms this evening with the red pants and the white helmets. And Woodland decked out in the all royal blue. There'll be the Bulldogs up on the scoreboard as we gear up for this matchup. Woodland coming in 3-0 and Ramay 2-1 on the season. Roberto Perez ready to boot it away with a right-handed kick. We have our first flag and whistle. And wouldn't you know it, what a great way to start.
It's exactly what you draw up on your play sheet.
See the flag is here. So move them back 5 yards. Now, Roberto Perez, he's going to be one of the key factors. Granted, he's just a kicker, but talking with Coach Bobby Crockett in his 24th season at the helm of this unit, said that they found him in PE class and saw him kick a little bit and said, hey, why don't you come out and play football? And sure enough, he is a vital weapon for this offensive unit and for the special teams.
Yeah, I think that special teams, and talking to our coaching staff, is going to be a key factor in tonight's game.
So we'll tee it up again. And Perez raises the right hand and sends it away. Short kick received by a Ramay Upman at the 30-yard line. Takes it across his 35, and he's swarmed by a pack of Cowboys.
Cadence Jordan on the return.
So we'll get our first look at this Ramay offense, led by a couple of high-powering running backs, Jeremiah Harjo and DeAndre Dale. And Harjo coming off a 191-yard rushing ball game last week against Siloam. And Woodland coming off that huge win. They put up a ton of numbers this season so far offensively. So first carry This is Harjo looking for the outside, breaks a couple of tackles, up across the 50-yard line, finally escorted out of bounds.
Jeremiah Harjo.
Great first play, drawn up by Bill Harrelson.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of Jeremiah Harjo, number 32. I think you're going to see a lot of DeAndre Dale tonight running the ball for the Indians. If I'm Coach Bill Harrelson, I know who my guys are, and I'm feeding them the ball.
Zach Walker will take the snap. Fakes to Harjo, slant across the middle, caught and dropped at the 38-yard line.
Pass complete to Eli Sorensen.
Zach's really improved his throwing from game one to right here. You saw on that quick slant how he just zipped it in there. He's a baseball guy, has good velocity on his throws.
So pick up 9 on that play. Second down and 1. Harjo to the left of Walker. The shotgun, Harjo with it, trying to run a reverse. The ball's on the turf, and it's swarmed underneath it. Woodland saying they have it. But the white hat signaling that it is third down for Ramay.
Recovered by Connor Shelby of Ramay. Fumble caused by Chase Williams.
Trying to go with a little trickery to start the game, and you know, it really hurts you putting you back on a third and long now.
So Walker lines up in the shotgun. He's got Harjo to his left. Drops back to pass.
He
Quick
got him
three-step.
deep.
Got a man down the line. Can't connect. Just out of the reach of J.J. Lockett, streaking down the far sideline. And it'll be a fourth down and long here for the Indians on their opening drive. It started out so well, an offensive drive here for Ramay, and they're going to go for it here on fourth at what looks to be about 6 yards or so. Maybe run that same play again. Walker rolling left, throws on the run, picked off at the 40-yard line.
That's intercepted by Ashton Ketchum.
That is Ashton Ketchum, one of the key players for this Woodland Cowboy team. He creates a turnover, and Woodland will open up their first drive with excellent field position. The ball placed at the 41-yard line.
It's such a hard play for a young Zach Walker to be rolling out to his left, throwing it with his right hand, and coming back across. I can see Coach Harrelson talking to him about it right now across the field. Be interested to see this Cowboys offense as they have, starting off with four wideouts right now, spreading the Ramay defense.
Luke Buchanan will play the quarterback tonight. See him lined up in the gun. They fake the reverse. Buchanan's going to keep it. Finds a blocker, finds another blocker, trying to shed a couple of tacklers, twists his way up to the 50-yard line, and driving his way into Ramay territory. And a good first offensive play for the Cowboys.
Emery Waddell on the tackle.
Buchanan, number 3 in blue tonight. Bo Nolan lined up in the backfield with him. Woodland coming in 3-0 on the season. Down the sideline, this is Ketchum. Ketchum streaking back into the middle of the field across the 20-yard line. He picks up 30 yards on a big play. And it's first down in the red zone for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Ramay's got a hole contained there. They just let him get outside, and it led to the big run.
They spread out the field once again. Both these units will run that spread offense. Woodland a little more balanced with both the passing and the run game. A lot of athletes on this team, Ketchum being one of them. He had the interception just moments ago to start this offensive drive for the Cowboys. Working left to right, 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Buchanan got to keep him himself. Gets back to the line of scrimmage before a pack of Indians
Buchanan on the keeper.
get him at the scrimmage.
DeAndre Dale and Charles Lewis made the tackle.
That's DeAndre Dale making the tackle there, so he's going to be a factor on both ends, playing that defensive end spot and holding contained for the Indians.
So second down, 9 yards to gain at the 19-yard line of Ramay. Buchanan hands it off. This is Nolan right up the middle, streaking across, breaking a couple of tackles, and getting down to about the 11-yard line.
Marcus 14 on the tackle.
See if maybe he got the yard to gain. No, they're going to mark him a yard short. No, they're going to move the chains now. So they do indeed give him the spot. Inside of 4.5 minutes to play. No score here in the first quarter. Opening drive now for Woodland. And we got an offsides. It was a left tackle that time. Isaiah Perez. Try to run a hard count, gain a couple of more yards, and you fool your own team.
Man, that is tough. You get in there, first down, you know, maybe 11 yards to pay dirt, and then you got to back them up.
So first down, 15 yards to go. Ball just outside of the 15. High snap to Buchanan. Just gets a handoff to Nolan, who slips in the backfield. And he's brought down by Dale again, number 36, right in that vicinity.
You know, the snap was a little high, and you give DeAndre Dale just a little bit of time, and he is going to meet you square on in the backfield.
This would be a big defensive stand for Ramay if they can get Perez, Roberto Perez, that outstanding kicker that we mentioned earlier on the field, and hold this high-flying Cowboys offense to 10. They've scored 34 points or more in all 3 of their games. Here's a crossing route completed and into the end zone for a touchdown for Woodland. That is Graham Whitty on the reception. And it's 6-0 Woodland here early.
So I believe that's 2 passes, and both of them being quick slants that have gone for big yardage.
And that one to catch him earlier, that was about a 30-yard gain, and then the capper to Graham Whitty. So Roberto Perez will boot it away. Buchanan to hold the snap. It's down. The kick is good. And it is 7-0. Woodland takes the early lead. So 3:34 to play. They get a turnover. They turn it into some points. And, well, Coach, here in the early opening drives, it looked like Ramay had some momentum going their way, but a fumble on that double reverse attempt, and Woodland able to turn it right into points.
Yeah, like you said, this offense can move the football, so you can't catch yourself getting knocked behind the sticks. You got to stay on pace and keep moving 3 to 4, 5 yards at a time, and then hope that Zach Walker can catch a couple passes deep. You know, he missed that one to lock it earlier. Let's see if they can connect coming into this drive.
Folks, we want to remind you that this game is streamed live on the official app and website on Ramay and Woodland Athletics. Visit woodlandathletics.com and RamyAthletics.com to keep up with all of your Cowboy and Indian athletics.
Kicking off for the Cowboys, Roberto Perez.
Boot is away. This is Dale on the reception, going right up the middle, barreling over some Cowboy defenders. Now up the sideline, trying to beat Perez, who knocks him out of bounds. And DeAndre Dale takes it at about the 20-yard line or so and gets to the outside after barreling over some defenders. That was an impressive run by him.
Yeah, if you're Coach Bill Harrelson, you're coming out after this one, you obviously love to see a big kickoff return, considering that Woodland's strength is in their special teams. So you like seeing that. Now you want to see your offense move the ball, get it into the red zone, and put some points on the board.
So we'll see what Ramay has to offer here in their second offensive possession. Ball placed at the 47-yard line. This is Walker in the shotgun. Hands it off. This is Harjo. And gang tackling right at the line of scrimmage by Woodland. That's what they're going to have to do tonight to just contain this running attack for Ramay.
Yeah, they're running that 3-3-5, and those 3 down linemen got a really good push on Ramay to keep him contained and keep him in the middle of the field, not let him break free for some big yardage.
Well, you look at that Ramay offensive line, and talking with head coach Bill Harrelson earlier today, he was loving the fact that he's got some big beefcakes up front to kind of push down that line of scrimmage and get his athletes in the open field. On a straight keeper, this is Harjo. Trying to work his way.
Harjo on the carry.
Once again, though, that as soon as the ball was snapped, I couldn't see who it was, but Woodland got penetration into the middle of the field and really forced Harjo to bounce it out and go away from what he wanted to do, because that was the wildcat there. And having him and DeAndre Dale back there is an explosive tandem.
2:19, 7-0 Woodland with the early lead here in the first quarter. They had Walker out here in the near side slot initially. Now they flip him back over to the far side. And they'll keep Dale and Harjo with with Harjo directly behind center. They run the handoff to Dale. Dale looking for a block. Walker trying to give it to him, but he's barreled over and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And that was Bo Nolan, the tailback on the other side for Woodland, getting the tackle of Dale that time. So it'll be 4th down and long here, right in that same vicinity of the field where Ramey's last drive stalled.
Yeah, this is decision times for Harrelson here, because you're in that kind of area of the field for junior high that if you punt it, do you really make that much yardage up?
They run a bunch formation to the right side. Walker's going to punt it. And on the reception, this is Nolan. Up the far sideline, he's got a wall of blue in front of it and a sea of green in the front.
There's some laundry on the field, so this one may be coming back with a block in the back. I see 1, 2, 3 flags on the field.
Probably a block in the back or some type of holding call during that wall of blue that we illustrated for you just a moment ago.
Yeah, block in the back, and that's going to really, really get under the skin of Bobby Crockett. You see him holding his arms up there, asking his team, what happened?
Coach, I didn't mean to.
Block in the back against the Cowboys.
So that'll bring that football back quite a ways. Bobby Crockett in his 24th year as a head coach. And he brought his Woodland Cowboys in against Ramey last season and shellacked them. So,
yeah, that is a game that this Indian team certainly wants to forget, wants to move forward.
This means a lot to these 8th grade kids. I mean, this is a big football game early on in the season. Woodland coming in 3-0, Ramey 2-1 on the year. Of course, Ramey trying to avenge that loss from a season ago, playing in front of a terrific crowd here tonight on a gorgeous night on the high school field. You can't beat it. Great environment. So 1:09 to play here in the first quarter. This is the second offensive drive now for Woodland. Buchanan's going to throw.
Fumble. There's a fumble.
We got a ball on the field.
And it looked like Ramey got it. And Harrelson is clapping and screaming. Everybody on that Ramey sideline
The
has just got some
referee is
life.
saying that it is Ramey football. That is Connor Shelby on the recovery inside of the Woodland 30-yard line, and some life for the Indians here late in the first quarter.
Well, back-to-back plays that Bobby Crockett is not going to be happy with. One on special teams, and then the next play on offense, leading to Ramey getting some great field position. Let's see if Dale and Harjo and Zach Walker can get some stuff going here.
Folks, we apologize. We're right in the middle of a wind tunnel up here at top of the press box at Harmon Field, so forgive some of that wind that you were hearing in the background. We're trying to fight our way through it. So the clock continues to wind as Ramey heads out onto the field. Led by their quarterback, Zach Walker, and the 2 tailbacks. That is Dale and Harjo. Walker flanked by both. Dale on the near side. We're going to hand off to Harjo. Dale with a lead block, but creeping through that front line of defense. And boy, Harjo's shedding one tackler, but then dropped in the backfield for a big loss.
Harjo is a load, and you saw right there, when you try and tackle him up high, he will shake those tackles off.
Kamarian Bell had the first hit on him to try to slow him down, and then the rest of his teammates came in to swarm on him. So it looks like Coach Harrelson will let this clock wind down. 7-0 Woodland here early at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Woodland with the lead. It's a 15-yard touchdown pass to Graham Whitty, and the Cowboys have a 7-0 lead. Stay with us. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
saving. Discounts you deserve with a free discount double check. After all, real savings should fold, not jingle. Get to a better state. Call Larry Biddle today.
Back here at Harmon Field, along with Coach Killam, I'm Benjamin Kelly. Glad to be with you. And, well, Coach, if you're Bill Harrelson, you got to be feeling okay about yourself.
Yeah, after you've had some struggles offensively, you haven't moved the ball as like you'd like to see your running backs doing, you will take a 7-0 hole with the ball coming into the second.
So Ramay back to work. This is Walker back to pass. Under pressure, he lobs it up deep on the far sideline. Got his man. That's Dale inside the 20 and jarred out of bounds at the 16-yard line for a first down and a big, big gain.
And if you look at the flagpole, the wind is blowing right into Zach Walker's face. So that is a heck of a throw to hit him on that streak. Great catch by DeAndre to pick up some yardage.
See, they officially marked the football at the 17-yard line, so they're going to call it a gain of 22 on the play. But wait a minute, we have a flag on the play, apparently. I don't see any yellow on the field, but the
trio down here on our side.
Oh, yeah. The trio of referees are converged now at the 39-yard line. That was the original line of scrimmage, and they're going to walk this one back. It looks like 10 yards.
Must have been a holding call.
Well, they're going to go back 15 yards. So there must have been some type of personal foul call. Yeah. Well, that's a big, big blow, and Ramay really just kind of shooting themselves in the foot here early on.
I'll tell you what, it's a big play, negated by a penalty, and that will, I mean, that's a drive killer right there.
So Zach Walker, who had the wind at his face but was on the good side of the field, the attacking half, if you will, is now back at his own 46-yard line. They call it a block in the back officially on that penalty call, so that's what knocked him back 15 yards. 7-0 Woodland with the lead. It was a Graham Whitty touchdown catch from quarterback Luke Buchanan at the 2:19 mark of the first quarter. See Woodland here, they're really packing it in. They've only got one real secondary man. Their cornerbacks are playing tight to the receivers.
Yeah, they're walking those linebackers up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
They got 8 in the box right now, so they're anticipating the run game. So see what Bill Harrelson has up his sleeve. Remember, the running game for Ramay is their bread and butter. But Zach Walker has shown the ability to throw the ball into the teeth of the wind.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that has really hurt this Ramay offense so far is getting behind schedule. When you're a running team, you need to constantly be moving forward. But they've shown the capability to hit the big play. You just got to do it without getting penalties.
They're still trying to figure this all out. Not really sure what the delay is on the field, but the officials are pontificating about something.
Maybe talking about the spot of the ball. If it was a hold, it should have been 10 yards. They marked off 15.
Yeah, I think the public address announcer stated that it was a block in the back, so that would mean a 15-yarder. I don't really know what they were talking about there, but second down and very, very long. Walker out of the gun. Hand to Harjo. Got some blockers in front of him. Weaving his way. He's trying to shed a couple. And he's brought down just south of the 50-yard line.
Woodland is doing a fantastic job of keeping him bottled up and really gang tackling him. I mean, there was 4 blue jerseys around him at that time.
Collier had the initial hit. That was Preston Collier. The rest of his teammates came down to help swarm down Jeremiah Harjo. 7:05 to play here, second quarter, and an offsides call now. they got Chase Williams to jump off sides. Number 26 in blue, and he will now be substituted out
against the Cowboys
as Andrew Bullifant checks into the game.
He has been reading the snap count all night long, so maybe Bill Harrelson saw that and gave Zach Walker the give him a little hard count, get him to jump off sides.
Well, they put Walker as in an extra blocker on the right side. The ball's on the field on the exchange, and it's recovered by Woodland. Brooks Juracek is the man that came up with it. And now they're going to say it's a tussle, but it is Woodland football, and they will take over just outside of the 50-yard line at their own 48. So another turnover by Ramey with 6:33 to play here in the second.
Yeah, I don't know if Jeremiah Harjo knew that the ball was coming. I don't think he was ready for that snap. Hit him right in the face mask and fumbled it onto the field. So that's just another turnover that is really, really, really hamstringing this Ramey offense, and something for sure that Bill Harrelson will address at halftime.
2 turnovers today for Ramey and a punt on their 3 offensive possessions. And now we get a look at Buchanan. He quickly rolls right, and they were not on the same page. He was trying to connect with Ashton Ketchum, who he connected with for a big 30-yard gainer earlier to set up their first quarter touchdown. But, well, he was looking for a quick out, and Ketchum wanted the deep ball.
Yeah, Ketchum turned around, held both hands up like, hey, I'm going deep.
So 2nd and 10 here for Woodland. As they line up, they got a trio of receivers here on the near side, and that is Ketchum on the far side with Buchanan in the backfield. Playing in that half I, that is Nolan. Across the field, got his man, first down, and a little bit more inside of the 25-yard line.
That was a really accurate throw. That, I mean, 1 second off of that ball, and that may have been tipped and knocked to the ground, but he put that in a very tight window.
17-yard pitch and catch, and it is a first down for Woodland. Brock Beasley with the reception there. Now a low snap, picked up by Buchanan. He's tracked down. Dale jarred it loose. The ball is still loose. Ramey, I think they have it. I think Lewis snatched it up. And indeed, the big man, Lewis, comes up with it, and the Indians will take over.
Recovered by number 62.
Oh, I beg your pardon. That was Sebastian Gomez with it.
Of the Indians.
Charles Lewis was in that vicinity as well. At 62 and that 52 look awfully similar on that one.
With those numbers.
But Gomez collecting the fumble. That was DeAndre Dale that knocked it loose after the low snap to Buchanan. So Ramey able to get the ball right back. And with 5:50 to play here in the second quarter, you want to chew up some clock and make sure that you come away with some points here and take some of that momentum into the locker room going to half.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ramey's done a pretty good job of keeping this high-flying Cowboys offense just to 7 points, but it's definitely been a tale of turnovers.
Again, a year ago, Woodland put up 60 points on Ramey last year, so they're holding them, containing them here so far tonight. Timeout on the field, 5:27 to play before the half, 7-0, Woodland the lead.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted Best Oil and Lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to GreasePigLube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted Best of the Best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville.
Back here at Harmon Field here in Fayetteville along with Coach A.J. Killam. I'm Benjamin Kelly. Glad to be with you here tonight. And, well, it's been kind of a sloppy ball game. Woodland coming in probably the favorites. If there were betting odds out in Vegas, I think they'd probably have Woodland with a pretty good spread. But Ramey doing their job, just in a big turnover. Let's see if they can turn them into some points.
Yeah, if they can capitalize here, run the clock down, go into halftime with some momentum, you've got a whole new ball game on your hands.
Arjo on the keeper. He is immediately swarmed in the backfield by 4 different Cowboys, carrying the load with him, trying to get to the sideline, trying to get back. Now the public address announcer saying that the ball's dead, but they never blew it dead. He carried about 3 or 4 Cowboys near the line of scrimmage. Boy, that is a strong young lad for Ramay.
Yeah, that's been his longest carry on the night, about 25 yards. Yeah. He was just going the wrong direction.
Side to side. Well, inside of 5 minutes of play here before the half. It was a 15-yard pitch and catch from Buchanan to Whitty. About midway through the first quarter, that gave Woodland the 7-0 lead. That's where we stand right now. The running game has been the go-to for Ramay so far, but they have not really been able to get a whole lot going. Here's the snap to Walker. He drops back, trying to set up a screen. He threw it right to a Woodland defender, but the ball drops. That was Juracek almost getting that catch, but instead it falls innocently to the turf, and it'll be 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Indians.
That is such a hard play for a young quarterback to make, staring down the teeth of this Woodland defense that has been putting pressure on him all night long. Ask him to stand there and deliver the pass.
But I do like the play call, because Woodland is just pummeling defenders in there, and they're putting 7-8 in the box every other time. So
it shows you that Harrelson trusts his young quarterback here.
Walker drops back, gonna heave it, got a man down the field. It's Dale. He caught it, knocked down at the 36. The ball jarred loose, rolls out of bounds, and it's ruled incomplete right in front of head coach Bobby Crockett. Boy, what almost a great catch made by DeAndre Dale, but a great heave by Walker.
Yeah, Crockett was right on top of that and helping the side judge there make that call.
Luke Buchanan was on the defensive side for the Cowboys, able to jar that ball loose. Quarterback helping out his defense as well. So 4th down and 11 coming up for the Indians. They have just been stymied offensively so far here tonight. 4:25 to play here in the second quarter. Going to bunch 3 receivers here to the near side. DeAndre Dale lined up in the middle of them. They're going to pitch it. This is Harjo. Harjo trying to reverse the field, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage, right at the 45-yard line. And it'll be a turnover on downs, as Brooks Young is able to come up with the tackle. So now, if you're Woodland, you want to chew some clock and get into the locker room with a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, I think if you go over a 14-0 lead, you're not going to be pleased with your offensive performance, but you certainly take it.
A lot of turnovers in this game, 2 for Ramay and 1 for the Cowboys. Buchanan rolling right, got his man in the flat. It's caught at the 42-yard line, across the 40, down to the 30 rather, and he's swarmed.
Buchanan's pass complete to David Abide.
I think that's the play that they were trying to hit just moments ago on their last offensive drive.
Yeah, that was David Abibe on the catch, number 25 in blue.
1st down, Cowboys.
Getting open in the flat, a big 1st down. Big gain right there for Woodland. That passing attack continues to kind of knife its way through this Ramay defense. Trips to the right side, single receiver set to the left. Buchanan rolling left now. Gonna go for Abibe again, and can't find him this time. Or rather, that was Zach Adams, I'm sorry.
Zach Adams, pass was incomplete.
I think Woodland really likes that matchup because the Ramay defensive backs are pretty slight in stature. And if you can get the Cowboys out in space like that, you see those quick hitches and outs that lead to big plays for the Cowboys.
Connor Shelby is a corner here on the near side. They line up 2 receivers on both. Buchanan out of the gun and looking for a crossing pattern, incomplete. His intended target looking for Hayes Blagg. And it'll be 3rd down coming up for the Cowboys with 3:32 to play here in the second quarter. 7-0 Woodland. In the pistol, the fake to Nolan. Buchanan getting back to the line, heaving it across the middle. Got his man. It's caught at the 10, at the 5, rumbling inside of the 5, and knocked out at the 3. That's Ashton Ketchum. Those two have tandem up tonight for a few big plays, and Ketchum gets it 1st and goal for the Cowboys with 3:21 to play here in the second.
1st and goal for the Cowboys, ball at the 3-yard line.
It was good pressure by Ramay, but Woodland's offense was able to maneuver, shimmy and shake, and then just keep the ball alive to get it downfield.
It's another big game between the two. This is Buchanan. He's going to try to keep, slices his way into the end zone for a Woodland touchdown. That's a 3-yard touchdown run by Buchanan. And it is 13-0. Woodland has the lead with 3:08 to play here in the second quarter.
You see the quick strike capability, because when did they take over with the drive? 350?
Yeah, about 320, 350, somewhere in there. So this is Perez. The kick is up, and it is good. And it is 14-0.
Roberto Perez, kick is good.
The scoreboard here at 12. Are we playing Australian rules football, or? It is 14-0. Woodland has the lead. 3:08 to play before these teams head to the locker room, and we'll be back in just a moment.
State Farm agent Larry Biddle is here to help you protect all the moving parts of your life with auto, home, life, and financial services. Larry Biddle and his team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
$14-0. Cowboys over the Indians here. 3:08 to play in the second quarter. It was a 3-yard touchdown run by Luke Buchanan, set up by a 26-yard catch and run by Ashton Ketchum from Buchanan. And I'm Benjamin Kelly. A.J. Killam is alongside me. And, well, Coach, that's what that offense can do. That's what that Woodland offense can do. They can strike in a hurry, and they just showed it.
Yeah, I think that was one thing that Bill Harrelson was trying to prepare for all week, keeping the offense contained, and just one play can lead to a big, big game.
So Bill Harrelson trying to rally his troops on the far sideline as Roberto Perez will tee this one up at the Ramay 45-yard line.
You got the wind at your back, and, you know, Roberto already has a big leg. I think that Bobby Crockett would like to see him put this one in the end zone and not let DeAndre Dale get a piece of this football.
Dale is the deep one. His boot is away. It is into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And so Ramay will get the football. What is it in junior high? Do they get it at 25?
I want to say the 25.
Red kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Ramay takes the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
20 yards.
20-yard line
Wow.
by the announcer.
So I think if you're Ramay at this point, you're really just looking for some positive momentum with the last 3:08 to play here before the half. You haven't really run the football very well. The penetration has been coming from that three-man front by Woodland, and that the linebackers have just been terrorizing the backfield as well. So I think you just try to do what you can to build some positive momentum back towards midfield.
Yeah, 80 yards is a long way, but if you can pick it up a little bit at a time here, a little bit at a time.
Walker pressured, trying to get away. He is swarmed by Nolan, and they're going to rule him down before he dropped the football.
That is a big break for Ramay. So that is the opposite of what Ramay was looking for on that first play.
Loss of 9 on the play.
So it's going to be 2nd and 19 now for Ramay.
Cowboys.
And Woodland will call a timeout. They want some more points here.
Yeah.
Can't blame them.
Bobby Crockett seeing what his offense can do, looking at the play clock, saying we can get some time.
Don't forget, coming up next, we have our purple and white game on tap. This is a doubleheader this evening here at Harmon Field. I'll be back with you for that. We're looking at, well, what looks like a 7 o'clock kick is probably not going to happen, but we will have it following this one, about 10 minutes or so following the conclusion of this ball game. No doubt it'll be a fun-filled environment for that as well. We got a great crowd on hand for the junior high matchup. The purple and white game with the future of Fayetteville football all converges on one field tonight. That's kind of the cool thing about this whole evening, is that you got 4 different teams that are all going to be teammates in the next 2-3 years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That purple-white game certainly gives Fayetteville football a chance to look at their future. There's the screen pass.
Set up a screen here for Harjo, looking for a block. Sheds a tackler, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Will fall just short a couple of yards.
Walker's pass complete to Harjo.
So he got back to the.
On the tackle.
They gained about 7 or 8 yards on that play, so it'll be 3rd down and long coming up for Ramey. And a timeout taken again by Bobby Crockett and Woodland. So he's using all of his timeouts here with 2:47 to play before the half. Can't blame him. I don't know if he's totally pleased with the way that his offensive unit has performed so far this evening, but we have seen what they have the ability to do in a short time.
Yeah, I think that he'll be really praising the defense when they go in there, because they have definitely kept Ramey in check, and then be telling his offense, come on guys, let's move this ball a little bit faster and a little bit more.
And again, if you're just joining us, it was a 15-yard touchdown pass from Luke Buchanan to Graham Whitty at about the 2:19 mark of the first quarter that put Woodland up early. And then at the 3:08 mark in the second quarter, a 26-yard strike from Buchanan to Ashton Ketchum. His second big reception of the night. He had about a 30-yard catch in the first quarter. That set up a 3-yard touchdown run by Buchanan to make it a 14-0 ball game. Ramey has spent most of the time of their offensive time on the wrong side of the field. And their opening drive had some good promise, but some turnovers staved off that. This is Dale looking for the corner, looking for a block. Now cuts it upfield across the 20, almost to the 25 before he's clipped out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 25, a generous spot there. But a good sign by Ramey, getting about a 7-yard pickup there. That'll set up 4th down and 5 yards to gain. And we'll see what Bill Harrelson wants to do here. Still a lot of time on this clock here in the second quarter. 2:39 to play, and we've seen Woodland's offense strike quickly. Walker is their punter, so that gives them some versatility back there. Harjo is the up back. Looks like they're setting up the punt. Buchanan and Nolan are the back deep men. This ball will roll to about the 44-yard line. And Shelby will deaden it there, and it will be a 1st and 10 with 2:31 to play for Woodland at the Ramey 44-yard line. So this quick no-huddle offensive unit for Bobby Crockett and the Woodland Cowboys, running that same type of offense that Fayetteville High runs.
Yeah, if you are Woodland, this is just your every down offense. You feel really comfortable moving the ball, feel really comfortable getting the plays called in.
Buchanan rolling right. Steps up, across the line of scrimmage. Now he throws it, and they're going to flag it there. It's caught, but I have a feeling this one's coming back as the receiver is wrestled down just inside of the 20-yard line, but it looked like that Luke Buchanan had stepped in front of the line of scrimmage, and I think that's exactly what they're going to call.
Flags on the play. Illegal forward pass against the Cowboys.
Yeah. That'll send it back. Brock Beasley was on that reception, negated by the illegal forward pass from Buchanan. So that'll set up a 2nd down, or a 1st down rather, and 5 yards or 15 yards. So they're playing at their own, at the Ramey 49-yard line. Buchanan out of the gun. Nolan to his left. Snap a little off. They're going to run a quick out pass to Nolan. He has it. Sheds one block down the sideline. He's got some room. Nolan at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
And it is 20-0 Woodland with a minute 50 to play here in the second quarter.
No laundry on the field this time. Great downfield blocking by the receivers that really sprung him free for that long 49-yard running catch.
49 yards, you said it. A lot of that was picked up after the catch, so that was really about a 2-yard pass and a 47-yard sprint down the sideline.
Quarterbacks love that yak. Throw it about 2 yards down the field and add to your passing total.
Perez is perfect, and he's 3 for 3 on PATs. And it is a 21-0 score with a minute 50 to play. Well, Ramey will get another shot at it. We'll be back with it right after these words.
We take great pride in serving our Arkansas neighbors, which is why we've provided a commitment to our communities where we live and work for over 85 years. Chambers Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fayetteville High School football team and would like to say, Go Bulldogs! Built on tradition, sustained by excellence. Chambers Bank, the natural choice for the natural state. Member FDIC.
What's up, Northwest Arkansas? This is Christian with JJ's Grill, asking if you like great food, live music, and having a good time. We have daily specials, Northwest Arkansas's best buffalo wings, free live music, and don't forget, kids eat free every day of the week. Our kitchen is open till midnight, so grab your friends and family, do your mouth a favor, and stop by any of our locations. Football season is here. That means it's flip for your burger time at JJ's Grill. Feeling lucky? Come in during any NFL game, and we'll flip a coin to see if your burger is free or not. We'll see you soon at JJ's Grill.
Well, in the matter of about 2 minutes, Woodland has made this a 3-score game as DeAndre Dale knocks it down, picks it up at his own 2. This might behoove him to run this quickly. Now he gets up to the 20, 22-yard line. Nice little return, about 20 yards before he's swarmed down on the play. That was DeAndre Dale trying to set up Ramey for what looks to be their final offensive drive of this first half.
And Ramey, just to start this possession, really needs to see something positive happen. They need to see one of their big playmakers move the ball in the positive direction.
So the Indians come out onto the field. Running clock is started, so Zach Walker with minimal time to work with here. As the snap,
he wasn't even ready for that one.
Nope, not quite. Trying to make something out of nothing. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and it'll be 2nd down and 12 coming up with 1:04 and rolling here in the 2nd quarter.
That's the 2nd time that happened. It's happened once to Harjo and then once to Walker, where they were looking to the sidelines and the ball was snapped.
Play clock is winding. Zach Walker's raising his arms. We're going to have to, Bill Harrelson's going to have to call a timeout. He's in his first season at the helm of this Ramey unit. Coming in 2-1 on the season. Ramey, their only loss coming to Fulbright, week 1 of the season, but he's a guy that knows Ramey very well, and when I talked to him earlier today, he was happy to be back after running the high school circuit for the last 15 years.
Yeah, he has really enjoyed mentoring and coaching these young guys and getting to be a part of that, and just the culture that he's starting to implement and build has been a real pleasure to see.
Coached at Ramey 16 years ago, moved up to the varsity level as a varsity assistant. Then he went over to Gravett for a couple of years and was the varsity head coach there, and worked his way back to Ramey as a head football coach for the junior high. So coming all full circle. So the battles between him and Bobby Crockett go back a long time ago.
They certainly do. They know each other well.
Walker out of the gun. The snap is muffed. He falls on it inside of his own 10. And I believe that may be the final play. Now they're going to wave the clock dead.
Harrelson just hung his head on that one.
Cowboys.
And a timeout taken by Woodland. That is their final timeout to be used. So he's thinking here we got 3rd and long for Ramey coming up, and Bobby Crockett saying to himself, hey, why not get maybe 2 more, maybe even 6 more before the half, right? It's not out of the realm of possibility by any stretch of the imagination.
You are absolutely right on that. This Woodland offense has really been clicking the last 2 drives, and Bobby likes to take his chances, see if his offense can get one more crack at it here.
And really the defense for Woodland, it's been good, but for the most part, the Indians have just kind of harmed themselves on so many offensive possessions. We've seen it in the last 2 snaps here, and that's just kind of a microcosm as to how this first half offensively has gone for the Indians. So 3rd down and long. Walker's going to keep it himself, try to shoot up the middle. He's swarmed by a trio of Cowboys. Brooks Urachek was the first one there. And I think that's going to be the final play of this first half. So Woodland looks like they will go into the locker room with a 21-0 lead. And Bill Harrelson has a headset off. He is pointing down to the far corner of the end zone. And Woodland takes a 21-0 lead into the break.
Yeah, I think if you're Bill, you just go in there and you try and keep your players' heads up. Try and keep them in this game, because if they can get some of their blue playmakers going, they can get back in.
21-0 our score. We're at the half. We will step aside for a break, come back and talk first half and preview the second half as well.
At the Odom Law Firm, our injury attorneys are proud to have been able to represent the people of Northwest Arkansas for over 35 years. If you or a loved one are ever injured in an accident, we would welcome the opportunity to meet with you to see if we can help. Give us a call at 442-7575 or find us online at odomfirm.com. We have recently moved, so please feel free to stop by and visit us at our new location at 161 Van Ash. And most importantly, go Dogs!
Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people. And although it's only been 75 years since electric cooperatives electrified rural America, it's hard to imagine a time without it. It's there with us each and every day. For us at Ozarks Electric Cooperative, providing reliable, affordable electricity is a chance to connect with our members, to be there when the lights turn on, to innovate, and to continue finding ways to improve our members' quality of life. Electricity is whatever our members need it to be, powering their lives every single day.
We're back, and we have 8 fresh minutes up on the clock as we gear up for the third quarter. Along with Coach A.J. Killam, I'm Mitch McKelly. Glad to be with you here in a wind tunnel at Harmon Field. We're way high atop of the press box, and we're enduring the elements along with these players. But the one thing we're not enduring is the score along with these players. In Woodland, Coach, in that first half, they had this game probably isn't as close as what that scoreboard shows. Yeah, you're sitting there with 2.5 minutes to go in the half, thinking it's 7-0, let's get to halftime, and then come out and get a defensive stop and score. And then you go into half down 21-0. It was just that fast that the Cowboys put up 14 points. So Woodland will have the first offensive possession here. The wind blows it off the tee. They're probably going to have to put somebody on it. That wind is really blowing. Well, that wind, yeah, as we look at the flag out to our left, it is blowing straight into the faces of these Ramay players. (21-0). Woodland has the lead. Ramay boots it away. It's a toe kick, end over end, and received at about the 25-yard line and across the 40. Bowling over players at. And that is Ashton Ketchum. He had 2 big catches in the first half that set up 2 big touchdowns for Woodland. And he has a very healthy return here of nearly 25 yards, 23 to be exact, as Woodland will take over at their own 48-yard line. Yeah, he is a really nice player for Woodland, making plays on offense, on defense, and in special teams. He had a catch of about 30 yards early in the first quarter. That set up a 15-yard touchdown catch to Graham Whitty for the first Woodland score at the 2:19 mark. And then later on in the second quarter, a 26-yard pitching catch from Luke Buchanan to Ashton Ketchum set up a 3-yard touchdown run by Buchanan. And then a 49-yard out pass to Bo Nolan was the third touchdown for the Cowboys. Move the Cowboys back 5 yards for a delay of game. So now they're ready to go. Ball at the 43-yard line, working right to left. This is Buchanan out of the gun. Hands off to Nolan. Nolan, ball in the left arm, sheds one tackler, gets a good block, and gets another block inside of the 40, down to the 35-yard line. And Bo Nolan rumbling his way into Ramay territory. It's a big gain and a first down for the Cowboys. DeAndre Dale on the tackle, first down Cowboys. That is a 22-yard run by Nolan. Boy, he got that handoff, and there was just a huge hole off to his left that he just walked right through. This Cowboy offense, when they gain the yards, they gain them in chunks. They're not cheap ones. They give it to Nolan again, why not? Right up the middle, inside of the 25, he's got a blocker, one man to beat it, Shelby. To the 10, to the 5, touchdown Woodland, and it is 27-0. And the Cowboys have the lead as Bo Nolan scrambles for a 35-yard run here just a minute 17 into the second half. Boy, back-to-back plays. Woodland is so balanced that you just get 2 big runs. They've obviously hurt you with the passing game, and another touchdown on the board for the Cowboys. So this is Perez. He's perfect today. He will hit this one as well. 28-0. Cowboys have the lead. We're a minute 17 into the second half, and Ramay will have the football when we come back.
Home. It's more than a place. It's a state of mind. It's a feeling of comfort, security, family. It's a word that can take you back to your childhood bedroom, your backyard playground. If you are fortunate enough to own a new home for less than you can rent, in a great neighborhood, with warranty for your peace of mind, you are coming home to Roush Coleman.
Daddy! Come! Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Did you do this? Yes.
We got you.
Yeah.
We scared you.
That wasn't funny.
Well, Roberto Perez kicks it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for Ramay. And so it'll be first down and 10 yards to go here at the 6:41 mark of the third quarter. 28-0 Woodland. And Coach, we've been talking about it all night. This Woodland offense, when they get clicking, they're a well-oiled machine. It can strike in a minute.
Absolutely. Both passing and running the ball, they have really hurt the Indians, both forms of offense.
Well, Bill Harrelson, the head chief, gets his tribe together and sends them out onto the field. 6:41 to play here in the third quarter. Ramay has not been able to move the football very well at all tonight. Outside of their opening drive, which looked like a good start for them. They had a big run from Jeremiah Harjo early on, but he's been a non-factor here lately. He's lined up in the backfield with Walker. They give it to Harjo. Harjo right up the middle. And that gang tackling by Woodland continues to swallow up that Woodland run game, or that Ramay run game. They've got to do something else to try to just open that up, because right now Woodland's just putting 8 in the box and said, bring it on.
Absolutely. They've got so many guys in there. There was 4 in on that tackle right there. And every time Walker's hit a big pass play, it's been called back.
And now Zach Walker, a terrific throwing arm for this young quarterback, is having to throw into the wind, so he's battling that as well. They give to Harjo. He's greeted in the backfield right away and swarmed up again. It looked like Juracek was the first man to greet him in the backfield before his teammates came around him. And it's another loss and a third down and long coming up for Ramay.
Yeah, this Woodland defense is really feeling it right now. The Ramay offense just being basically a non-factor, and they get to pin their ears back and just attack. So you can tell these Cowboys are having fun.
Well, the sky's continuing to darken here as a thick layer of low clouds sit in front of that cerulean canvas that we had earlier today. Here's Walker. He's got a deep drop. Now he's setting up a screen, it looked like, to Harjo, but it falls incomplete. He threw it over his back shoulder. He's kind of rushing that one. He's been feeling the pressure all night. I cannot blame him at all for trying to rush that pass.
Yeah, he put a lot of zip on that one for a screen pass. And it looked like Harjo was looking over one shoulder. He threw it over the other. And it leads to 4th down.
So they got Buchanan and Nolan back. 2 of the dynamic players on this Woodland offense, as Walker's going to have to punt it away. A low line drive tumbling kick, trying to roll down to the 40-yard line. Everybody in blue scampers away, and Ramay will deaden the football at their own 44-yard line. So that's where Woodland will take over. And with 5:13 to play here in the second quarter, it is a 28-0 Cowboy lead. This is a unit, an offensive unit that comes in 3-0. They put up 34 points or more in each of their first 3 weeks. They're coming off a huge win over Siloam this last week. And it looks like they're en route to another big win here as this clock continues to wind here at Harmon Field.
Yeah, when you start to see success like that, it just feels like if you're one of those players, anything Coach Crockett calls up, you're going to be able to execute.
Yep.
You're going to be able to get positive yardage and eventually put the ball in the end zone.
4 seconds to snap the football, and they're not going to get it off. It's going to be another delay of game. A timeout actually taken by Bobby Crockett. So we'll take a timeout with him. 4:46 to play here in the third quarter. 28-0, Woodland has the lead.
Young Life enters kids' worlds to befriend them on their terms. We earn the right to be heard, to share the greatest story ever told.
I care about these kids here in this city because I was one of them.
I want all of them to see and to understand that they're valuable, they're important, they're significant.
The Young Life leaders in my life, they're like a light to me. They just want to be your friend and to know you.
Learn more at younglife.org.
4:46 to play here in the third quarter. Woodland with the football working right to left. They have the wind with them as the handoff goes not to Bo Nolan, but to, that is Collier. Preston Collier on the carry. His first carry of the ball game. And he gains a few yards, gets it up to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 4 officially. So 2nd down and 6 coming up here for Woodland with a running clock now here in the 3rd quarter. Woodland puts 3 to the right side as they line up Collier in the backfield right behind Buchanan. Buchanan again to Collier again, slips one tackler, takes on another, and is dropped down at the 42-yard line. That's DeAndre Dale on the tackle. And so 3rd down and short coming up now for the Cowboys as some substitutions go in and out for the men in blue.
And it looked like Sebastian Gomez got a hand on him, but that's just not nearly enough to bring him down. Need to get a little bit more penetration, wrap him up.
Buchanan fakes it to Collier this time, going to keep it himself. Slips one tackler, has one man to beat, gets a block downfield inside of the 25, up the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside of the 20. Tried the stiff arm there, but Luke Buchanan rips off a big run. And with 3:35 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it is a red zone opportunity now for the Cowboys once again. It's a gain of about 17 yards on that scamper, that quarterback keeper by Buchanan. Just shows you every way that they can beat you with the arms, with the legs, their quarterback. Just a deadly offense here for Woodland. They got a good unit this year.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen them strike in just about every way possible. Right here, right up the middle.
Right up the middle. This is Macca Cardin. Yeah, the PA guy called it Collier. Cardin's looking up to the press box saying, hey, man, that was my carry. You call my name. Cardin makes it 1st and goal. He got 13 yards on that carry, and the football placed at the 7-yard line of Ramey. 3:16 and winding here. Buchanan has some open field, gets a block downfield and into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. It was a 12-yard rush, and it is now 34-0. Woodland has a lead.
You know, we've been calling the quarterback's name, the running back's name, the wide receiver's names, but I got to give it to this Woodland offensive line. The big hog mollies up front are really pushing the Ramey defense backwards and giving them all kinds of room to run.
So 3:09, Perez has made all of his other field goals tonight, and he makes it a perfect 5 for 5. The outstanding place kicker for the Cowboys. So 3:09 to play, 35-0 Woodland. Ramey with the football when we return. Cowboys and the Indians tonight. Tonight, it is all Cowboys. 35-0. The run game, the passing game. They have taken down this tribe from Ramey. And Roberto Perez will have another boot. The last time he kicked with the wind, he kicked it into the end zone. This is a kid that hit a 45-yard field goal in practice earlier this week. Seems to be the real deal. So Perez, a low line drive kick. This one scurries down to DeAndre Dale. Takes a funny hop and hops into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for Ramey. Coach A.J. Killam alongside me, Benjamin Kelly, here on this Thursday night from Harmon Field. And, well, Coach, at this point, you got a running clock. It's 35-0. Ramey will have the wind with them in the 4th quarter, so hopefully they can use that and kind of build some momentum down the late motions of this ball game.
Yeah, you're just kind of grabbing and grasping at anything. You want to keep your players' heads up. You want to just see anything positive happen, whether that be a run play, a quick slant, anything to get your offense clicking and feel good about yourself as this quarter winds down.
It's 21-0 going into the half. And both these two teams, as this is Harjo, trying to bounce it outside, looking for the corner, looking for a block, cuts it back up inside of the, trying to get up to about the 25-yard line. Going to spot him, I think, at the 24, so it's a 4-yard gain with all that motion by him. But this game started a little sloppy. Both teams looking for their groove early on, and really it wasn't broken open until that about midway through the second quarter, after that long 26-yard catch by Ketchum and the 3-yard run by Buchanan, and then they ripped off that quick score right before the half. Woodland has not looked back since.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, is that it was a little bit messy early, and then Woodland has cleaned up their offensive side of the ball really well. Just a testament to Coach Bobby Crockett and what he's done with these guys all season. Ramey's still looking to clean some things up, and defensively, man, when Woodland's clicking, it is just really hard to stop.
Well, the third quarter has come to a close. Jeremiah Harjo is grabbing at his left hamstring as he hobbles off the field to the far sideline. Hopefully he's okay. And we'll have a fresh 8 minutes up on the clock when we come back for the fourth quarter. 35-0, Woodland has the lead.
Savings this big come with their own theme music. State Farm agent Larry Biddle in Fayetteville, Arkansas can help you get all the discounts you deserve with a free discount double check. After all, real savings should fold, not jingle. Get to a better state. Call Larry Biddle today.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted best oil and lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to greasepiglube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted best of the best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville.
Third down and 10 yards to go for Ramey as they switch sides. Ramey now has the wind at their back, and right away, Zach Walker going to the air looking for his intended target, cannot complete it. So it'll be fourth down coming up. That was Eli Sorensen, the intended target, but could not connect. So now Ramey looks like they're going to have to punt it away. Walker is their quarterback and also punter. But Woodland doesn't have anybody deep. But this is punt formation, so they're just going to, looks like they're going to gun for Walker. He boots it away.
Yeah, they just stayed away from it there and let the ball roll. I think they feel pretty confident in the way that their offense is moving the ball. A couple extra yards isn't going to hurt them.
Down by Brock Williams at the 50-yard line.
So Woodland will take over. They're throwing into the wind now, but the running game has been huge tonight for them. The passing game has been big as well. And they've really just, really since about the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, they have just taken full reins of this ball game.
They sure have, and I think if you're Bobby Crockett, you're looking at the score, you're looking at the time of possession, you're saying, let's just run this thing, grind this clock out, get out of here with a great victory over the crosstown rival, and move on, start preparing and practicing for next week.
For the fourth consecutive week, Woodland has put up 34 points or more on their own opponent. The most points they have allowed this year is 12. Now on the initial snap, it is fumbled, and quickly swarming on that as we get some substitutions coming in now. I'm not quite sure who that is. I don't have him on the roster.
It may be. He doesn't have a Woodland W on his helmet. That may be a 7th grade player out there.
So now got a timeout by Bill Harrelson. So we'll take it with him. 6:17 to play here, fourth quarter, 35-0. Woodland has the lead.
State Farm agent Larry Biddle is here to help you protect all the moving parts of your life with auto, home, life, and financial services. Larry Biddle and his team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
So back here at Harmon Field, and again, another miscue on the snap exchange. This is on the carry. That's number 33, Omar Murray. He is a 7th grader out there now. He's getting an extra couple of reps. They're in the 8th grade playing field as Luke Buchanan, the starting quarterback for Woodland, has done his job tonight.
And Deshaun Parks on the tackle.
Yeah, and you know, the 7th grade and the 8th grade don't have the same practice times. So he's playing with the center that he's not used to at this point, and that's probably why you're seeing the bobbled snaps here.
Toss goes outside, left side, streaking through the line of scrimmage and finally pulled down. That was Crew Gardner, number 22 in blue.
Deshaun Parks made the tackle.
And he gets him back into reasonable for that 3rd and long. It's now 4th and short. About a 4 and 2 at the Ramay 42-yard line as they continue to work from left to right against the wind. 5-11 and rolling here with this Cowboys and Indians rivalry. Murray in the pistol rather. Bobbling on the snap, picks it up again, trying to make something out of nothing. He is tracked down in the backfield and ripped down in the backfield by Marcus Kirk, number 65. And that'll bring up that's a turnover on down, so Ramay will take over again with the win. So we might get a chance to see that throwing arm of Zach Walker here down the stretch. He's had a couple of really good passes that have been negated by some penalties early on.
Yeah, and that's what's really hurt the Indians is the miscues on offense with penalties and then turnovers, and that's what has led to this score. Not to take anything away from the Woodland defense, though. They have really come to play tonight.
That wind still whipping from right to left as Ramay will work from right to left. And we will not see Zach Walker, so it appears it will be, we got a whistle on the field. This is Hayden Kelly, number 11, I believe. He is lined up in the backfield along with number 33. That is Jaden Walker. Going to get some type of penalty, but
I didn't see a call.
Ramay's like, we'll take it. So here's a handoff to Walker, straight up the middle. He's got some green grass in front of him, trying to split a pair of defenders on the far side, tumbling down inside of the 25 near the 20. And a big gain by Jaden Walker. That's the first positive play that we've seen by Ramay. That's a good sign for the Indians.
Yeah, it certainly was, and that was not a very big hole. He just kind of squirted through there and then had all kinds of green once he passed the linebackers.
So a big gain by Walker. Officially about a 20-yard gain. I had to gauge it. Kelly out of the gun. Here's a snap to give to Walker again. He's shaking and baking near the line of scrimmage, and he's tracked down by a pack of Cowboys.
Jaden Walker, tackled by Trexler Bean.
Well, there is a lot of substitutions coming in and out for both teams at this point.
Broadcaster's nightmare. Well, they put 3 receivers here to the near side, a single set to the right. Walker now shifted over to the right side of Kelly out of the shotgun. Here's a snap to give to Walker. Trying to work around one blue defender and twist his way back to the line of scrimmage. And he is brought down. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Indians inside of the Woodland 25-yard line.
Well, as this clock starts to tick down towards under 2 minutes, man, if you're Ramay, you are seeing some positive runs happen. You are seeing some positive things, and if that's what you're going to be preaching and talking about come tomorrow morning if you're Bill Harrelson. On the other side of the ball, if you're Bobby Crockett, you've got a lot of positives to talk about once your offense started clicking.
Walker initially bobbling it on the handoff, but he gets back to the 20-yard line. Gain of a few yards there. It'll set up 4th down and 6. 1:35 and rolling to play here in regulation. 35-0. Woodland has the lead. And Ramay trying to crack the scoreboard here on what could be their final play offensively of this ball game. Kelly out of the gun. Bobbling it. Ball on the turf. And either way, it will be Woodland football, whether they recover the fumble or it is on downs. And Bobby Crockett can put his unit into victory formation. And reap the benefits of this 35-0 ball game.
Yeah, Bobby's been doing it a long time. Heck of a coaching staff with him and Bo. And they certainly came ready for this rivalry game and played the way that they wanted to and executed everything that they wanted to in this 35-0 rout.
So Murray out of the gun. He's going to toss it. Slicing up the middle. As the clock continues to wind. That is Crew Gardner on the carry.
Carried the ball. Dalton Monfils on the tackle.
So Woodland is going to improve to 4-0 on the season. Ramay will drop to 2-2 as Gardner will get another carry. This now breaks it on the outside. Driving his way across the 40 into the 41-yard line marker. And as the clock dwindles down, Woodland sees victory. And that will be the ball game. Well, tonight got off to a bit of a sloppy start, but once Woodland got clicking, it was all Cowboys from that point on.
Absolutely. Great job. I know that Billy Dawson is certainly excited about the future of Fayetteville football.
No question. A lot of talent on the field here tonight. Stay with us. We'll have the purple and white game coming up here shortly for A.J. Killam and Lev Willie and our entire crew. I'm Benjamin Kelly. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment to bring you this nightcap of our doubleheader. Thanks for watching.